Hello, Gemini. Welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and I will be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, abundance reading for the month of September 2021. If this is your first time catching one of my readings, I do want to say welcome, and I invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month, and I would love to share your money message with you. For the readings this month, I'll be using my white tarot deck. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite tarot, and then I will close out your reading, Gemini. Wow. With a Work Your Light Oracle card. It's a new Oracle deck that I just got, and I'm really enjoying working with it this month. It's a beautiful deck. It's not a new deck, but it's new to me because I just got it. But I think that's it for the intro. Let's go ahead and jump right into your reading, Gemini. What do we need to know for the sign of Gemini as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of September 2021? What do we need to know for the sign of Gemini? Okay, so you're going to have a very good start to September, Gemini. I can tell you that. But, and I don't mean this negatively, but you are going to be having to make some decisions. And you may backtrack on a decision or two, especially something as it relates to your money. So the star card is a very positive card, right? It means literally you're the star of the show. You are the star of whatever it is you're trying to do, right? If it's your business, maybe in your workplace. And this doesn't necessarily mean that you're like this big celebrity, although it can mean that for some of you. But it just means that, you know, you're in a good place. People respect you. They acknowledge your expertise. The other thing is that it's just a really good place to be. And maybe this is something you've been working towards for a while, right? The other thing about the star card is it means literally your future is bright. It means you've put in the work, you've done the right things, and now you're starting to see the payoff of doing so. And this is financial payoffs, right? So you're going to see some financial payoffs as we move into this new month of September. Now, it's interesting because it's next to the Six of Wands. Now, these two cards are usually always related when it comes to like celebrities. When I do like celebrity readings, or I do readings for people who are in entertainment or, you know, in the performing arts, these are two cards that always come up. And these are two cards that I love to see because it literally means being noticed, being admired by fans and that type of thing. But when I see this card in the reverse, it means that now you are the star, right? Everyone knows that you're the top dog. However, not everyone's acknowledging that. Not everyone's giving you your credit. Not everyone's, you know, giving you your street cred. So you have to understand that this kind of goes with the territory. When you move up, when you reap rewards, when you are, you know, the center of attention, when your future is so bright, there's people who are, I don't want to say threatened, but there are people who are jealous, right? Or there's people who are low-key haters. So understand that that goes with the territory, right? So, you know, if you want money, success, fame, wealth, all those things, there's always the flip side, and there's going to be the ugly side of people just, you know, being nasty or whatever. But that's going to be a short-term thing because we've got the Four of Wands here. This is a very solid, grounded card. This is the card of stability, foundation, growth. So you're doing the right thing, right? You're just going to have to deal with some haters. You're going to have to deal with some people feeling jealous. But you're doing the right thing. You're on the right path. You've got a very solid footing here. You know, you're doing all the things that you can do in order to win. And you're winning. Next, we got the Eight of Cups in the reverse. Eight of Cups in the reverse is a card of maybe hesitating, walking away from something. There's probably something you need to let go of in order to kind of rise to that next level as it relates to your money. But for whatever reason, you're not walking away. Maybe you're scared, maybe you're uncomfortable. The thing is, it's keeping you stagnant, it's keeping you stuck where you are. So you're only going to achieve so much with where you are. In order to break through that, you're going to have to do something different. You're going to have to up level and expand your container in some way. You're going to have to expand your capacity for more. You're going to have to program yourself to receive more. You're going to have to structure your life so you can have more, be more, and experience more. Next, we have the Queen of Wands. This is always an interesting card because this is a card that talks about changes in the workplace. This is like physical changes, and there's probably going to be some changes in your work environment that you're probably not happy about. That's when she shows up in the reverse. So maybe it could be personnel and staffing changes. Maybe somebody gets fired. Maybe they hire a new manager and you don't like him or her. It could be maybe they get brand new furniture in the workplace and you don't like it. Maybe you're now you don't go to this office. Now you have to go to the other office every day and you don't like that office. Maybe they get a new, I don't know, maybe they get a new vending machine in the break room and all the snacks are gross. I mean, who knows? But there's definitely going to be some changes in your work environment and you're probably not going to be that thrilled with them. Finally, we have the Emperor card. The Emperor card is in the reverse. That is a feeling of not being in control of the things that you want to be in control of. This happens to all of us in our financial journeys at some point. But the thing is you have to remember, Gemini, that you're doing the right things. You've already seen that here. Your results speak for themselves. So don't feel like you have to micromanage things or you have to, be overly concerned about the process because you've already demonstrated that you're doing the right thing. All right, Gemini, let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of September 2021. What do we need to know for the sign of Gemini? I'm not sure how this was, but I think we can do that. All right, what else do we need to know for the sign of Gemini? All right, Gemini, as we move into the second week of September, I want to say there's going to be some changes and there's going to be a disconnection of some sort, and it's going to be something that is not, you're going to be disappointed. Maybe a coworker moves away. That's what I see with this. Either a coworker, somebody you work with is moving away, or a client or one of your favorite customers is moving away. It's one of those things where there's a disconnection and it's something in your professional money life, right? Maybe they stop making your favorite, I don't know, ink or something. It's probably something more significant than that. But, there's something where there's a disconnection in your work life and it's very disappointing because this was something that you wholeheartedly love. This could even be walking away from a particular job, where you love the people, but you just know it's time to move on. You know how you have those jobs where, the people are great, but just the job sucks? That could be the situation here. It's a divine disconnection, right? It's something that needs to happen. It's a separation, a breaking away of something that needs to happen in order for you to go to your next level of growth, in order for you to go to that next level of income. Sometimes it's not easy, and sometimes it's emotionally heartfelt where, you don't want to leave certain people, but you have to in order to, fulfill the goals and the money, that you want to bring in for yourself or your family. So I wouldn't be surprised if that does happen for you at some point in September, Gemini, but it looks like for sure that is going to happen. Next, we have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is, having some opportunities that show up, financial opportunities that, not all of them are going to excite you, and sometimes they're very distracting. You have to remember to stay focused on your financial goals, Gemini, because not everything that shows up is necessarily going to be a fit for you. You have to be clear about where you're going and what you want to do so you don't get distracted by things that just kind of pop up along the way. Next, we have the Seven of Wands. That is you really kind of standing your ground, Gemini. Again, you may have to separate yourself from the pack in order to fulfill your own goals, to really focus on the money and the wealth and the life that you want to experience. Not everyone's going to be on board, and some people are just going to be, I want to say shifty is the word, where they're not necessarily for you, but they're not against you either. I know we all have people in our lives like that, where you're just like, this person, our interaction is weird. It's not like we're friends, but we're not really enemies. And I feel like that's going to come into play here. Next, we have the Ace of Swords. This is a stalled breakthrough. In other words, you were on the verge of something big, but it looks like something just doesn't quite launch. Something just doesn't quite hit the mark on that. Now, this is a financial thing here, right? So maybe you're starting a business and it doesn't quite take off the way you thought it would. Could be a new job. You start a new job and something about it isn't what you thought it was going to be. Could also be an investment. Maybe you invested in something, you were very excited about it, and now it's not performing in the way that you thought it would. It's okay. It's only going to be temporary, okay? That's all part of the process, and it's all part of the cycle of the ebb and flow of money. Next, we have the Six of Swords. That's a travel card. This is exciting. Now, this travel card, I have a feeling like plans are going to be made, but I don't think travel is actually going to happen around this time. But I do get the sense that you're either going to be planning a vacation, planning a trip, buying tickets, maybe, booking the hotel, whatever. Like, I do feel like some travel plans are probably going to happen here. And again, that's going to affect your finances, because you're going to have to budget for the trip, or you're going to have to figure out how you're going to handle work, taking time off, or making sure the business is covered and that type of thing. Finally, we have the Page of Swords in the reverse. This means something unexpected is going to be stopped, removed, taken away, cut off. Not necessarily bad news, but it is something where you're just like, it's like a surprise. You're like, oh, wow, I wasn't expecting that. Okay, so now we have to do this. And again, there is going to be a financial component to it, but it is something unexpected being stopped, discontinued, taken away, removed, and so forth. Sometimes it might even be something good, like, maybe you stop having to pay for something, but again, it is going to be something unexpected. That's why he's in the reverse. All right, so let's see what else shows up for Gemini. Ooh, a repeater. As it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of September 2021. Another repeater. All right, Gemini, as we hit the second half of September, just know that your star does not dim. You are still the star of the show. Your future is still bright. You're still reaping the rewards of doing the right things as it relates to your money. We've got that here. But let's start here. Five of Wands. Whatever type of strained, communication you may have had roughly around here. Looks like that's going to get resolved by the time we hit the second half of September. Looks like the lines of communication are open. You have really good conversations about the people around you, especially any money or work or business related conversations. It also fell on that Lover's card, that divine disconnection. So it could also mean that you have a very heartfelt conversation with someone who, means a lot to you as it relates to your work or to your financial life. Next, we have the King of Wands. That's attracting good attention from people in your professional circle. The thing is this is always usually someone in a higher position, right? So it could be your boss, maybe some executives at work are noticing you. It could also mean maybe somebody in your industry is paying attention to what you do. If you're a business owner, maybe, I don't know, maybe someone, in the community, maybe the mayor or somebody or the governor is impressed with what you're doing. It's usually someone in a higher position that's noticing what you're doing or what your business is doing, and they are very impressed and they see you in a very positive light. Next, we have the star card. I already talked about that. Your star is still shining bright. That's very exciting. That means whatever good starts off the month, it carries throughout the second half of the month. We got the World card here in the reverse. That means something is unfinished, okay? Now, that fell on this Ace of Swords. So whatever was holding up this particular launch or breakthrough could be that it's just something that was not finished, something that had to be completed before you can move on to that next step, especially financially. We have the Ten of Cups, another positive card. This card is happiness, excitement, fun. If it's in the reverse, it just means that's to a lesser degree, but you're definitely going to be feeling some good positive energy, some happiness. You're going to probably even celebrate something money related in the second half of the month. Now, this is another repeater here. We have the Hangman. That's the card of, remember I told you, of stagnation, hesitating to make a move, right? Don't let hesitation or procrastination hold you back from the potential of making money, you know. And I want to say big amounts of money, you know, but I know that may not necessarily be the case for everybody, but there's definitely a potential to make money. You just have to not drag your feet, right? When it's time to take action, don't hesitate. And you'll know, you know, you're going to have to trust your own intuition here. You'll know when you're kind of holding back or you're procrastinating. You'll feel it. All right, don't do that because you could, you know, block your own blessings in a way, and we don't want that to happen. Finally, we have the Four of Swords in the reverse. This is not a card of stepping back, but no, this is a card of taking action, being proactive, showing up for yourself, doing what needs to be done, reaching out, making the phone calls, sending the email, connecting with people. This is a card where you have to do something proactive, and I'm not surprised because it fell next to the Hangman card. Remember I said don't procrastinate. If there's a phone call you have to make sure you do it, because again, there's going to be a financial trigger in there where it's going to, you know, pay off in some way, so you don't want to hesitate there. All right, Gemini, let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of September 2021. What do we need to know for the sign of Gemini? Oh, okay. We got a repeater, actually a couple of repeaters here. All right, Gemini, as we close out the month of September, check this out. Six of Wands, remember we had that here, Six of Wands. Now, this is the card of being seen. This is the card of being recognized. This is the card of pageantry and everyone admiring and giving you accolades, okay? So if it didn't happen here, it's going to happen by the time we close out the end of the month. So you're going to be the center of attention. You're going to be the star of the show. Everyone's going to know who you are. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean in a big scale where you're going to be on, you know, the nightly news, although you could be. But within your organization, you are definitely going to be kind of a little bit of a celebrity within that circle. So, you know, get ready because a lot of attention, good attention is coming your way. Like I said, you're going to be acknowledged for the work you're doing. You may even be financially compensated in a way, you know, for whatever it is you're doing, for being seen, for, you know, the work or, you know, the job you did. This is very exciting. This is very good. I don't want you to feel uncomfortable with the attention you're going to get, Gemini, although I don't think that's going to be the case for you. But like I said, looks like you're going to get a lot of attention, and this is definitely going to provide a financial boost to you in some way. Next, we have the Eight of Wands. That's one of my favorite cards as it relates to timing because it means that things happen very, very quickly. The thing is you have to be able to keep up because when things start moving in your financial game here, you want to make sure that you are holding on because you want to be able to keep up, you know. Decisions will have to be made. You're going to have to probably make some purchases. You're going to have to say yes to certain things. Just make sure that you are aware that things could happen and they could happen very, very quickly. We got the Justice card. The Justice card is a decision being made with you having no influence of that decision whatsoever. It doesn't mean that it's negative. It just means that someone's making a decision and it affects you, but you have no input of that decision. Again, this is going to be something as it relates to finances. A lot of times this card will show up when it's something legal or when it's something, government related. A lot of us are dealing with that now. Our governments are making decisions and they're not necessarily in our favor. And of course, we have no say in those decisions. Well, at least not to the extent that we probably would like. So that's just something that you're going to have to ride it out and do your best with whatever shows up. Next, we have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is a card of emotional stability, meaning that your feelings don't overtake your logic here. In other words, you make some really good decisions about your money, but you're not making them based on emotion. You're making them based on what is best for you in the current circumstance. Okay, this is a very strong card. I love this card because it also brings emotional clarity. And it also means that you're not being insensitive to something, but you are taking into consideration how you feel, but your feelings don't dictate what happens next, especially as it relates to your money. Next, we have the Ten of Pentacles, which means you're going to be doing some group collaboration work here. The other thing too, Gemini, is that you are going to work with a group of people, and it's going to be where everybody in this group or everybody in this dynamic wins financially in some way. It's not only going to benefit one person, it's everyone who is involved in this particular project or this particular business or this particular, job. Everybody is going to benefit. So that's a really nice thing. Everyone's going to win financially because of it. Finally, we have the Lovers card. Now, I'm wondering if this card is connected to this card. Now, they're not in the same line, but this is a repeater card. So this could be, remember I told you there was a divine disconnection, a heartfelt disconnection here. When the month closes out, you two could reconnect, maybe just in a different way. Or this could be a new connection. This could be a new soulmate customer or soulmate client or passion project or a new passion job or something. Whatever the case may be, it's going to definitely be something good, something positive, something that brings you immense joy. Your heart will be full. You will be just overflowing with love, and it's not necessarily a romantic love, but it's just a overflow of just feel good feelings. Now, it could be a romantic love, but because we're talking in the context of money here, I'm just feeling like it's more of a holistic, I guess love would be the word, but it's just a really, really good feeling where you're just so happy and you feel like you're just really where you should be, right? It's like when you get that dream job and you're just so in love with the job, you're so in love with the people, and it's not anything romantic, but it just feels like this is where my soul is supposed to be at this stage in my life. And I feel like it's definitely gonna be an experience for you, Gemini, in September. So you've got a really good month, Gemini. Hope you're ready for it. Lots of good. So let's go ahead and close out your reading with a Work Your Light Oracle card. This is a gorgeous deck. I'm feeling 2 cards for you, Gemini. Maybe that's for the twins. Let's see. All right, so this is interesting. It says, trust the niggle. I don't know. I've never heard that word before. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? Okay. Trust the niggle. I'm feeling that's more like an inkling. And I like that word better, inkling. Trust the inkling, trust the hunch. What is the hunch feeling? What is that, intuitive nudge trying to tell you? That's how I'm going to interpret this. The other one you got, Gemini, is Starseed. What lights you up? Yes, I think that's in alignment with this Lover's card here. Remember, I told you that divine connection, that passion card, that passion feeling. So, Gemini, like I said, you've got a really good September. I hope you're ready. I hope this reading was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, please drop them down below. I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me, Gemini. We'll do it all again next month.